Hey guys, this is the next installment of the WSU Cougar X M561 Gamma Goat project. Now, after I showed some pictures and videos of the almost completed Gamma Goat, I've had some questions as far as radio mounts, and cables, and this, that, and the other. So I thought I'd have this little video to kind of go over the components that I used, and just forgive me, I don't remember the designation on most of all these cables, but I'll just do my best. So as you know, in the back of your Gamma Goat, there are two power outlets, different provisions for different applications. So in our case, we're using it for radio and intercom power, and I do have a free outlet that can be used that does get power. So let's start there. The two outlets that we have here have full power. I'm not sure what the amperage is behind it. I'm not sure what I have for an alternator, but it seems to be enough to power all the equipment that I have back here. But if you have a higher amperage alternator, you can obviously run more. And some people are running a lot of radio sets in the back of their Gamma Goat. So if the two outlets are not enough, you can actually buy a splitter, which will increase your power outlet. So so there's your splitter. So instead of having one outlet, you can now have two by using that guy. And I guess you could actually get up to 4 outlets if you wanted to, using those two. So let's talk about our components. So the cable I have here is the power cable, and it's going to run underneath the vehicle here. And I will say that this is not a Gamma Goat original project. This one actually came out of a Humvee. I'm not really sure what it was used for. It's made out of aluminum, and looking in my garage, it definitely fit the application that I needed it for. So this power wire here, it's running to the MX7777. This is designated as the CX10613. Okay. Now, this is a point of contention. A lot of guys say you don't need this, and really you don't need this surge protector, but I have it for insurance. I picked it off eBay for like 50 bucks shipped. It's brand spanking new, and I'll tell you what this thing is used for. This is going to help to control the spikes to your electronic equipment, like your radios and intercom systems, or whatever you might have that you're powering. And what this is, or where it was mostly found, is in armored vehicles with some kind of hydraulic system. And with these hydraulic systems, it caused power surges that would destroy different types of electronic components. So, is it needed in the Gamma Goat? Probably not, but like I said, it's extra insurance. So, we have power to this MX7777, and from here we have 2 outlets here, and we're only just using one leg off the outlet. And the cable that we're using for that, I have an example right here. This is the CX13089. So this end plugs into the surge protector, and then this one goes to your VRC-12 based radio components in this case, which is our primary radio mount, which is the MT1029. Okay, so that's where the power goes from that surge protector. From here, I have I'm just piggybacking the power off of this mount up to the secondary radio mount to the other MT1029 using another VRC-12 based cable, which is the CX4721. Okay. So up to there, and then from here it comes to the heart of the VIC-1 system, which is the AM1780, using the same cable that I just showed you, the 4721. Okay, now that takes care of the mounts and the power. I do plan on having an RT246 mounted here, and the reason being as I don't plan on having anybody really back here, so I want to be able to change my frequencies using the C2742 box that I have in the cab of the truck, which I'll show you in a little bit. You can put a RT524 radio here, but it doesn't have the capabilities of changing the frequency from the comforts of the cab, so that's why I'm going with the 246. And that's going to be my primary radio. And what we have above here is a backpack radio inside of a vehicular mount. This radio, you can either use a PRC-25 or in this case a PRC-77, otherwise known as the RT-841. Okay, and it's in its own vehicular mount, which you can kind of see here. That is designated as the AM2060. It provides power via this cable to the PRC radio here, and it also has the loudspeaker, and it also has the antenna frequency control right here that you adjust. Now from here, and also the primary radio, there are going to be two different cables running to your MX6707. This is your frequency matching antenna. Okay, you're going to have two different cabling options, and I have examples of those here. So the frequency changing cable is designated as the CX4722, and then your coax cable is the CG1773. Now the way I have my radio set up here is a primary radio will utilize this MX6707. Secondary radio will utilize the one over here on the opposite side. Now, running the cables on the floor is not an option. I didn't want to be a tripping hazard, so I ended up having to run the cable on the outside rail all the way back to the corner here, and that will require at least a 22-foot cable for both. So it's out of the way, out of sight, out of mind. It's not going to trip anybody. Okay, now because I have a VIC-1 system, I tied both radios into that system utilizing a CX4723 cable, and simply from the comforts of the control box you can go between the different radio sets or whatnot, or just keep it in intercom only. And the control boxes I'm using in this case, at least the ones I have, are not era correct to what I'm doing here. These are the C10456. Okay, and what these were predominantly used in the M1 Abrams tanks because they have a special capability plug. You could use the C2298, which I would have used, but I got these for like, I don't know, $8 a piece, and I bought like 30 of them, and they all work, so might as well use them while I can. And so from here, the cabling you want to use is the CX4723, and those are ran to, once again, the AM1780. Now, you can piggyback these control boxes using the 4723 cable. Just plug it on the other end, and you can piggyback it to another control box. You can put as many in here as you want, so that's not going to be an option or any trouble. Headsets. I kind of went over this with the other video. I opted not to use the H161 headsets with the boom microphone because I was having too many issues with them not working, and the breakaway cable just wasn't, there's just too much of a hassle, so I went with separate components. So here we have the H251 headset with the M80 microphone, so less chances of failure, at least I've found, using those two components, so that's what I'm going to go with. So like I said, we have capabilities in the cab for switching stations and whatnot. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is the cable you want to use when you run from an RT246 to the C2742 frequency changing box. So this is the cabling. This is designated as the CX7059. Now this cable is specific to the RT246. You will not use this on the 524 as it will not do anything for you. And this plugs right into the front plate of the radio itself. Okay, so which will bring me to this tether here. So we have three large cables and one LS454 loudspeaker extension cable. So here we have two CX4723s because it's going to feed to the commander's control box and the driver's control box, and then we have that frequency changing antenna that we're running up front. So definitely want to make sure you leave plenty of slack for the articulation that you're going to experience when you go off-road. Just FYI. And of course we got the two loudspeaker boxes. I don't know why I put two, but one of them is going to get used for the primary radio. Don't really need it for a secondary radio because it already has one built in. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask. WSU Cougar out.